Any nation that wishes to advance technologically and play big in the games of robotics and artificial intelligence must invest significantly in education and make it possible for more students to take up science, technology, engineering and mathematics subjects. This is exactly what Russ Fisher-Ives and his co-founders are doing with RoboRave International. He joins us on the show to share his thoughts.
Robotics brings in the technology for the 21st century. As we move to make our machines smarter so they run more efficiently, they use resources better, we start to take our old machines and we start to bring in computer coding and microprocessors so our old machines become smart machines. All right, how are you going to do that? Well, you have to understand sensors. You have to understand how to code, how to write the instructions here so the machine runs it. And then, once you've got your instructions in, does it do what you want? Well, that's where you get into coding. And we don't want to teach coding to teach coding. We want to engage kids with robotics so that they get excited and they take a little bit of knowledge and they get excited to do something and they go, teach me more. And so, why robotics in Nigeria? Well, why not? You know, Nigeria is the fastest growing country in this continent. It's got a very young population. It's got the opportunity to bring skills for employment. And when you plant the seeds, we really see ourselves as farmers. We're planting seeds. If you plant those seeds into minds of curious kids, not the adults, we need the adults, but the curiosity of kids, then you have gardens full of new ideas. And so I think Nigeria is a perfect setting to plant the seeds for the next wave of entrepreneurs for Africa.
How long has RoboRave been in existence and who funds it?
Our very first RoboRave was in 2001. It was with 25 high school kids and it's expanded now into 5 continents, 17 countries. Who funds it? And that is the hardest question. The funding kind of changes. We get funds from our registration. We get funds from the different events giving us an annual fee. We get donations from companies, from foundations. So we're constantly looking for resources. We are really hoping to find an international company, and Sony just signed on for China, for an international company to say, this is something I want my name all over the world. And so that we can really have the real comfortable sustainability.
Do you think RoboRave can help improve the number of women in technology?
We do, and we've got the data to show that we run at the international. Between 40 to 45% of the participants are girls. And one of the ways we did it, in the early years, we didn't have girls. It was all boys. So we said, well, let's give teams points if they have a girl. So they went and got a girl. And the girl just sat there. And the girls got bored and they left. So a couple of girls came to me about 8 years ago, 9, maybe 10 years ago. I said, we want to quit. Why? The boy won't let us play. Well, form your own team. We can form an all-girls team? Absolutely. So by forming all-girl teams, they really get to share and touch and do what the boys have been doing while they watch. So this started a wave, and the girls started coming in and beating the boys. Oh, the pride. They set up. So RoboRave does bring the girls in. But the overall problem is not just bringing girls in, it's valuing what they do, listening to what they know. Because a lot of women go into STEM as professionals, three quarters of them within the first 5 years leave the profession. Because men don't value what they're doing. We have a system, an infrastructure problem there. So, create all-women companies. Give me a challenge and I'll find a way around it. Give me an obstacle and I'll go under it, over it, through it. You can't stop passion. It's a fire that burns. So, we think we're doing it. We can show that we're doing it. We're also bringing in Native American students. About 20% of our students are from indigenous cultures. We have, Spanish, Chinese, Mandarin, or Japanese. I mean, languages it's just it's working.
Tell us, Ross, how many kids have you been able to reach worldwide?